The U.S. Department of Agriculture announced today federal funding for certain Maine educational programs has been paused. In a statement, the USDA says a letter has been sent to Governor Mills announcing the pause and that federal funding received from the department will continue to be reviewed.
USDA says the pause on funding is due to the state's violation of Title IX. The USDA also says they've launched a review of grants awarded by the Biden administration to the Maine Department of Education.
U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins says many of these grants appear to be wasteful, redundant, or otherwise against the priorities of the Trump administration. They say the pause does not impact federal feeding programs or direct assistance to citizens.
We have reached out to the governor's office and the Maine Department of Education, but we have not received a response. The Maine Attorney General's office declined to comment.